Live from Dead End Studios here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's Dead End Gaming episode 48. I'm sitting here with Granddad Wooly.
What up, y'all?
I got Tyler D.
Wagwan.
So, we out here. Before we get into our games that we've been playing this week, if I can remember them, while I try to remember them, Granddad Wooly's going to tell us about this Smash tournament.
This glorious Smash tournament, y'all. We got news. First of all, I'm excited because just yesterday we maxed out at our registration limit. We are capped out. We are full of spots, and this is amazing because this is only our second tournament, our first Smash tournament, and the response has been great. So yeah, all the signups are filled, which is going to be a good turnout. But don't fret. I've decided that I'm going to open up 8 additional spots at the door. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you want to just come to the tournament and you want to still compete, if you come to the tournament by 6 o'clock during sign up and registration, you can come through and we can throw you into the tournament. But online registration is officially closed. I thank everybody who signed up. It's going to be a good time. It's not this on the 27th. I'm thinking this Saturday because Kevin fucked me up. But the following Saturday, July 27th, Smash tournament, it is on. I cannot wait. 1,000 hours. And also, we just got this confirmed too. A little special treat for you all after the tournament. So after the tournament's done, we're going to do a spotlight match. It's official, y'all. DEG versus Cheesy Controller. We are going to be doing a spotlight match where it's going to be either 3v3 or 4v4. We'll figure it out, but it's going to be them versus us. We're going to be doing a live stream on that match. We're going to just see who is the better Smash players out of the 2 podcasts. So get your shit ready. Get your shit ready, Anton, Sonny, everybody else. Whoever's ready. I don't give a fuck what you bring. Because you know what? We got 1,000 hours. We got Mean Mugger. Who you going to use, Mean Mugger? Who you going to use?
I can't say, but it's going to be
You know who I'm using, goddammit.
It's going to be a sword boy, though. It's going to be a sword boy.
Sword boy, I got the dinosaur. You know. You're just going to do it.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a Link, it's going to be an Ike, or it's going to be a Cloud. It might be all 3 if they like
Basically, somebody getting stabbed, nigga.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope. It's going to be fun. So make sure that y'all tune in to that. Stick around. Do not leave after the tournament's done because we got more. And for the people who are competing, when you show up, make sure you get your registration going. Make sure you shower. We don't want no funky Smash niggas. We already know what it is. I'm joking. And also, like I said, cash pot prize, DEG merch. You get an interview on DEG as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you come through. Bring a friend if you want to. We want to get a good turnout for this time. We want to do better than we did on the Mortal Kombat tournament. And already it is. So I'm excited. So that's all I got to say for now. Oh, new album coming out 7/26.
What you doing for that album?
Huh?
What are you doing for that
Oh,
album?
yeah. See, thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, because y'all been asking about it, so, because I love y'all, new album is coming out 7/26, the day before the tournament. However, I will be doing on the Dead End Video Games Twitch a exclusive one-time live stream of the entire album. I'm going to be streaming the whole album for you to get your first exclusive listen of my new project with Chicano, Countdown to Experiment 7. That's going to happen probably, I'm going to think Thursday. So Thursday, 7 p.m., sounds good. Tune in for that shit. You get your first listen of the new album. It's that fire. Show me some love. Let me know what you think. That's it. That's all.
Well, all right. Well, let's see. What have we been playing? I've been playing Sonic Mania. I've come to the conclusion that this is the best Sonic the Hedgehog game ever made.
Ooh, you getting
Yep.
wait, hold on now.
Yep.
You getting a little too?
Yep.
You getting a little too?
Yep.
It's good now.
Name
best
a
of all
better
time?
one. Name a better one.
Sonic 2?
Have you
2?
played it?
It doesn't
Thank
matter.
you.
Like,
Sonic 2, Sonic 3. I even put Sonic and Knuckles in that bitch. Sonic Mania, the best of all time.
I'm putting it on that, man.
Nigga,
you have no respect for history.
You
and
just,
like,
I think you just in the moment
your
right
elders.
now. Look, I love Sonic. Look, you wouldn't have Sonic Mania if you.
It doesn't matter.
It's got all the components of Sonic 2, 3, and Knuckles, nigga.
Doesn't matter. The beef patty was made before the hamburger, and it wouldn't be a thing without it. That
Sonic
doesn't
Mania,
make a hamburger.
I agree that Sonic
worse
Mania is
than
an
a beef patty.
amazing game, but it is not the best of all time. Just because they just, I mean, it's the same. Look. I don't know.
It's the best of the Sonic games.
Of all the Sonic
therefore,
games ever
automatically-
created, of the entire 2 decades that Sonic's
I'm
been
giving
around.
it that crown. I'm giving it that crown.
Why? What is it about the game that makes it so much better? Because it's the same shit. It's a
not
nostalgia.
the same shit.
It's just a big
But
gob of
it's
nostalgia.
enhanced. It's enhanced.
It's only
nostalgia.
enhanced by extra levels. It's just got more levels.
And it looks better, and it sounds better, and it plays better.
Well,
Of course, it's gonna be
better
polished.
in 1992.
Yeah, of course. It's a Sega Genesis to a polished.
The root word of best is better. So boom,
No, just
best,
a disrespect.
You disrespecting, fam.
best Sonic game. I haven't finished it yet. So,
Nigga. Nah.
Tripping.
yeah, so I'm giving
Fam.
it that, man.
Nah, I'll give it. It's in top 5, but it ain't the best of all time. You tripping? You tripping?
It's definitely better than Sonic 2.
It ain't better than Sonic 3.
Sonic 3, Sonic 3 is kind of easy, man. I just
Nigga,
played it, and I liked it, but I don't know, man. It's not the same.
It's just a couple extra levels, and Sonic Mayday ain't got the dope ass boss battle music that Sonic 3 had, like the final boss shit.
Yeah, it did.
Well, you
have
ain't
dope
got
music.
there yet.
I haven't gotten there
But
yet.
it ain't got the dope ass music. So
It's got a lot of dope ass.
it's got a lot of dope ass music, but it ain't got the crowning achievement of dope ass
It looks
music.
beautiful. It sounds beautiful. It plays great. I
I
rarely feel like
agree.
the game is
I
cheating.
agree. It is a great game, but it is not the greatest of all time. Because you wouldn't have that game without Sonic
matter,
2, 3,
bro.
and Knuckles.
Don't matter. You wouldn't have Street
Nigga,
Fighter
what else you
without-
been playing?
Without Fighting Champ.
What else
God
you
damn
been
it,
playing?
Street
We ain't gonna
Fighter's
go through this
better.
shit, man.
God damn it.
And I love
What else have I been playing? I played Tekken 4. I did a little bit of Tekken Force mode and some arcade mode. That was fun as shit. Nina was hard as fuck, but I beat her. What else did I play? I tried to play Captain Commando for Old School Saturday, but for some reason when I lost one continue, the whole game just started over, and that happened 3 times in a row. I dove into my Game Pass library, and I played Cluster Truck, which is a game which it's like the floor is lava type of thing, but there's a bunch of semi-trucks going through a desert, and you got to jump on these trucks as they're going.
Like Frogger?
Yeah. It's like first-person Frogger. And if you fall off the truck, you fuck up. And that shit was hard as fuck, but it was kind of fun. I played it for maybe 25, 30 minutes. I played Garou Mark of the Wolves, which is that King of Fighters game sequel thing that was really dope. I finished Nier. So I kind of feel like I loved it, yo. I liked it a whole lot. I kind of feel like it was overrated, but I enjoyed my experience.
He's gonna talk shit when he
Oh
get
yeah,
back.
he is. Something else. I'm
Fucking
missing
up his
something
Jamaican
else.
vacation right now because he in the chat.
I think the last game I played was Gears of War Ultimate. I finished that last night. I'd already beat it back in the day, but Game Pass. So I was like, let me see what it looks like. Xbox One X enhanced, and I played through it. Dope
I
as
wonder
shit.
if we're ever gonna have a single episode where you don't say Game Pass at least once.
No,
Game
you gotta
Pass is
preach-
the new Halo. I
you
gotta
gotta
mention
preach
it
the good
every
word,
episode.
right? You gotta preach the good word.
It's. I mean, in this situation, it's applicable.
He's
Maybe I
trying-
won't have to say
He's
it
trying
anymore.
He's trying to get Microsoft to sponsor him real
Hey.
quick. He's like,
If you ain't
You gonna
your
walk-
shirt next week. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be playing shit off Game Pass, and also probably because they're on Game Pass, because I wouldn't spend the full price money for it, so it might be mentioned every week until I no longer
gonna
have
mention
Game
that
Pass.
shit.
Well, I know you mentioned a
For
couple
every-
weeks ago that you might be canceling it soon. Are you still thinking about
Not
doing
anymore. A deal came out. I should have mentioned this a while back, but I think it was already over by the time we had recorded the next episode. If you had paid $1 to upgrade your gold service, you can keep your Game Pass for 3 years if you continue to have Xbox Live Gold. So
that? Oh, damn.
I'm going to be having Game Pass for a long time. And speaking of Game Pass, you retweeted something, brought it to my attention that Resident Evil 4 and Metal Gear Solid 5 will be coming to Game Pass for July. So probably revisit Resident Evil 4. What have you been playing?
I am on day 22 of only having one day off. Like, I had the 4th of July off, and that's the only day off that I've had for the past 22 days. So I don't think I even turned on my my Xbox. I jumped on like my Xbox app to like add some girls from Black Girl Gamers, which I joined recently finally. So I jumped on there to add some girls. We were talking about playing Apex eventually, but I just haven't had time to do anything. I've had like a lot of deadlines recently. I was working till like 2 o'clock in the morning last night and the night before that. So yeah, unfortunately, I have not had time to play anything, but I will. I will have an answer for this question one day. Cries and overworked.
And see. I feel bad. Well, I'm kind of in your boat this week. I've been working, but also I've just been busy getting this tournament, organized. Shit, what the fuck was that? Something just flew in my mouth.
He's like that
Oh my
reporter.
God, right?
Goddamn time.
What happened to you? I look away for 3 seconds.
The fuck was that? No, but yeah, I've been trying to get this tournament organized and other shit. So I've only been playing Smash, of course, to get my game up, and also a little bit Mortal Kombat. The Combat League just ended. I made it to Grandmaster status, which is like 3 levels before. I think it's after it's like God, Elder God, or something. It's like God, Elder God, and then it's another one. But yeah, I did pretty good at that one. So I'm hoping for the next Combat League whenever they do that shit. But other than that, I've just been working on other shit. So I haven't played much this week either.
Word. So the news stories are kind of sparse. What's the word to use, Tyler? I know you know. Were both those words right?
Either of them could work.
Sparse.
Yeah, cool.
Sparse? I don't know what the hell that is.
Either of those could work.
You gotta, man. You
Sparse
gotta
or
be versatile,
scarce.
man. You gotta be versatile. Thank you, Tyler.
Words.
All right.
Combination.
Fuck you, Kevin. It's over. All right. So, since the news is a little bit sparse and scarce, I wanted to bring up our poll from last week. We asked you guys to tell us what video game characters that we reminded you of, and some interesting from Diogen. We got Rex from Mass Effect, which is this big alien thing. His justification was he wants to get into the fight and he picks what's best for him. Or HK-47 from KOTOR because he says the wildest shit about killing people.
Wait, who did he say that for?
Beezy.
Uh-huh.
For me, Tyler Durden is Bastilla from KOTOR. And that's Diogen again saying that. I'm not familiar with that character. But Diogen thinks you're incredibly strong, confident, and serious.
Oh.
And he also says that you have to put up with a group of idiots. So fuck you, bro. We done.
Wow. Cut that nigga off. Block that nigga on everything.
Cut his mic off. And also he gave you Amaterasu from Okami, which is the white wolf or dog, working hard in the background, bringing back the joy and happiness to people. Boy, trying to butter you up, boy. Boy. So Diogen said for Wooly, he's got Claptrap from Borderlands because you'll say a lot of shit sometimes, and it's rambling, but it's funny. The other is Morden.
All that matters that it's funny.
From Mass Effect 2, talks fast, who is funny with a mysterious past. Wasn't sure for me and Mugga 11. I came up with Falco from Star Fox. Says snarky things but can compete with Fox. The other is the Prince from Katamari because putting together stuff if it's his stream or DEG. All right, so I'm gonna scroll. Diogen left so much, bro. All right, so James Bullock, shout out to him. He said that Beezy was CJ from San Andreas, an attempted voice of reason who is making things happen while open to learning what others' opinions, but gets sadistic when need be. Mean Mugga 11.
So detailed and deep.
I know, it's so deep, so much thought. This next thought is wrong. Mean Mugga 11 is Irvine from Final Fantasy 8. I think it was Irvin. Laid back, has sharp wit, but chokes at the most dire moment. I don't know what you're talking about.
You ain't reliable when it matters, nigga.
I don't know what you're talking about. James goes on to say that Tyler Durden is Lincoln Clay for Mafia 3, usually the quietest person in the group, but will drop the hammer and be verbally brutal about it the entire time.
I fucks with it.
James also says Granddad is Kim from Street Fighter.
Hey, that's my homie.
Can get loud, braggadocious, and is confident in his abilities while being able to back it up a majority of the time.
Yes. Sometimes we lose.
Let's see. For Darian, he said Phoenix Wright for me. Kevin also said the same thing because I will quote unquote argue about anything. Yes. Parappa the Rapper for Granddad Willie.
Hey, that's my shit.
D Free Chillin'
like
said I'm definitely the RE4 merchant with that Game Pass.
That shit was hilarious.
What are you buying?
What are you selling?
Hope it's the Game Pass. Let's see. I feel like that's it. All right, so on to these stories.
Let me just say thank y'all for throwing out some answers. I appreciate y'all. I really wanted to when the question came up last week because I was like, this is such a good question, and we were having difficulty coming up with some for everybody. So I really wanted to hear what you all thought, and I enjoyed hearing your thoughts.
So to put you on the spot, have you thought of any?
Why?
Why? I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
I prefaced it. I said I'm gonna put you on the spot. Like I said it.
So as you were saying, on to the news.
On to the news. Speaking of being put on the spot, GameStop tries to. That's a terrible segue.
It was.
That's the joke.
You ain't got them Tyler D segues, fam.
I got you next time. Speaking of creating new store concepts, GameStop is trying to create a new store concept. And
Nobody said that shit at all, nigga.
speaking of needing to
Shit was
stop,
fucking hilarious.
speaking of needing to stop, GameStop just to bring it
Oh
some.
my god.
I really am fucking. She's turning red back here, y'all. She is turning red as hell. Oh man,
I can't turn red, okay?
this is hilarious. She turned
Maybe if
red.
I was light skinned, I'd turn red.
Anyway, so GameStop, they're trying to cling on to dear life. And we've heard these things, we've seen these things, we've gone into GameStop, we've seen this extra merch that people like me don't really want. So they're just trying to add in retro games like they have been before. Do you guys think that this will work?
No.
Well, okay, this is what I'll say. I don't know if it will work, but I will say that I think that trying to reinvent themselves or trying to find a new, niche or market is not a bad idea. I think that's a good plan. Like, if y'all are going to go under, might as well go under fighting. You know what I'm saying? Don't just drown in, like, fucking Sonic with no bubbles and shit. Like, actually try to do something. And so I feel like, if they keep trying stuff, maybe they'll find something that sticks. Maybe they won't, but at least they tried. They were talking about having some tournaments or, selling more retro games or having, really solid setups with, like better monitors or better whatever so that people can come in and play. And they were saying, especially for people in rural areas that might not have access to certain things, that might be a move. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I think that, I don't know if it'll work, but I think it's worth a try. And maybe if they, keep throwing something, they'll find something that sticks.
Yeah, and those Melee players, they do love their CRTs. That's what they prefer to play on, I guess, because of the input lag or something like that. So if they can provide that, I don't know if that'll be enough, but it is something, which is better than nothing.
I think GameStop, what I think they should do, this is the idea, I think they should just completely transform themselves to like a place where you can go, like an actual place you can go to play video games. Like, make it one of them places. Like, okay, this is a place where you can buy games, but you can just sit here and play games with your friends. Give like a gaming arena for people who might, like I said, in rural areas who might not have, like, I can't afford to get a PlayStation or I can't buy this game, but I'll go down to GameStop and they'll have it there for me to play for $10 an hour or something like that. And they can do that. They already have the stores, which is about what.
Nothing.
Oh, you
I was just
no.
I was
You
thinking
like you had
about
an idea about something.
No.
But no, I think that would probably help them out if they want to rebrand themselves, because I think if they just say, hey, we're gonna just start doing retro stuff, it'll help for a little bit, but they're already like drowning. So it's like, how much time do they have left to do something new that might work? So if this don't work, then what? They're gonna I think they should just go for
Put a bar in there. Make it a place where people can go play video games and there's a bar.
Man, that'd be tight.
I feel like from like reading articles, like they're trying to create new experiences. I feel like they might low key try to turn it into like arcades or something.
Yeah, just make GameStop an arcade, like a full blown arcade, like barcade. If you want to throw a bar in there,
They have enough locations for it. So it's like you have enough locations.
And then give it if you want, give it a new name. If you want to rebrand, just give it a new name. They've already changed it. It used to be EB Games before GameStop and
forgot
Funko.
about that.
Oh yeah, they've rebranded themselves over and over again. So you can just completely just get away from GameStop's name, come up with a whole new thing, make a big campaign about it.
Spot.
Yeah.
Nope, that's trademark.
No, got to be
That's
something
trademark,
completely
like, that's
new.
true.
Yeah.
They could be Stop Games if they want to, but I don't know. I would try it out if there was arcade. I'd see what they're hitting on right quick. Even if they switch half their locations to like arcades, even if they'll do a full rollout, like most of their major city locations, change one or two of them to arcade type vibe. See if that works out, then they can roll out.
Especially with the whole esports thing, they can, like I said, if they want to do tournaments, they can sponsor and host a whole bunch of like release day tournaments that'll bring people in, or whatever they can do. I think that'll be the best thing, because as a general video game store, they're not gonna last. Nope.
Yeah, and that's what they said they were trying to kind of transition into being a place for gamers to come and play together, not have alcohol. That'd be pretty fun though. I would go. Yeah. It'd give me a reason. I feel like they would still try to upsell you on shit though.
Right.
Of course. Oh, you like playing this game? Well, we got it over here in the other room.
No, on the alcohol, they'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
I see
You're
you
right.
ordered a I don't know, the fucking Jack Daniels neat. There's a strategy guide over here.
We're going to Jack Daniels
How to drink it.
strategy guide on how to mix it. You can put Coke, you can put raw. Like come on.
What if they go a whole nother direction we're not thinking of and turn it into like a Chuck E. Cheese type feel?
Oh no.
Nah, they can't do
Hell
that.
no.
And
They don't have
have-
enough room.
And they have tickets and shit.
Nah.
There's not enough space. I
They're
don't
trying
think.
to, and then they have all the games like for the kids, and they have their own like little mascot and shit.
No.
That would be different. Would I go? Hell no.
It wouldn't be different, but it would be weird. It's like they gotta still keep some essence of what GameStop is, but I think it's smarter for them to just do it to where they make it like a place where you can go and play video games, like with your friends, and rent out space, and still be able to try to sell the games, do release events, do tournaments, make them that way, and then make selling video games like not the priority anymore.
I wish they could start renting games. Like if they started
Or
renting
that. That's a
games,
good
I
idea
would go
too.
there.
If you can rent, make it a game rental place too. Like, because only place you can rent games now is at a Redbox or GameFly.
Yeah.
So if you have an actual place that say, oh well, you can rent it, that might save them. That's a good idea. That might help.
Because I talk about that all the time. Like probably anybody who's been listening to this podcast for a while knows I used to work at Blockbuster, and the whole reason I worked there was so I could rent video games for free, all that. But like being able to walk, that's one of the things that I miss the most about Blockbuster is being able to walk through, be like, oh, I'm gonna pick up a new video game or whatever, and then walking through, like picking up the boxes, like reading the back of them, like seeing whatever cover art kind of catches my eye. And like that's an experience that you just can't fucking get anymore. Like if you're on GameFly, yeah, you can read the descriptions or you can watch a trailer online, but it's just not the same.
It's not the
like
same at all.
with Redbox, you can't really. You're just
Yeah,
looking
you just
at a
get a
screen
little-
basically.
Exactly.
So like I don't know to what degree that market is there for people that would be into that shit. But if GameStop started renting games, I would go to GameStop on a regular fucking basis. Like I would be in that bitch.
Right, and they can do a service where you can pay like a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
But hey, if you pay a GameStop rental pass and you pay $10-$15 a month, and you can rent whatever games you want. They'll probably give you you can rent whatever games you want. They'll probably give you like a 5-day limit or something like that, or probably some kind of limit, and then you can just rent off throughout. And then you have to buy games, and they can just sell those subscriptions. That's a good
Right.
Maybe that's what they should do.
And like Ubisoft is about to start like doing a rental, like a subscription service. And I was thinking about that earlier because like I said, like I missed the whole like being able to go to Blockbuster and rent games. So I was thinking like, would I want to do something like that? And my answer was really no, because it's so like developer specific, you know what I'm saying? Kind of the same way with like Netflix and like NBC streaming service and all that shit. Like nobody's trying to pay like all these different outlets $15 a month to be able to rent their specific line of games. Like I just don't, like for a consumer, like you always talk about how you're like consumer first, Eric.
Right.
Like I feel like for the consumer, that's just a terrible look. And so like if we could have a place where it wasn't just like brand or like developer specific, where we could
Everybody, you can
a
rent
bunch of
anybody's
different
game.
video
Yep,
games,
just like it used to be. Yep.
And like you said, like even if it was like a subscription service or something like that, where you're not paying for the games individually, where you're paying, a certain amount a month, so they know that they have that money coming in or whatever, or they, have you pay by the game and they charge you late fees, because Blockbuster used to make a shit ton of money off of late fees.
Yeah.
Like that might deter people from getting it. But the point is, I feel like there's other business models that could potentially work or that would be attractive to people, like stuff that's not available. And like I said, that to go back to the like Ubisoft thing, that's why I feel like their whole idea is trash. What do y'all think about that?
So let's say you have the Uplay thing or something else. Let's say Game Pass, for example. Would you find it worth it to go into a brick and mortar store to still go home and install this game and then have to drive back to the store? Do you think that's a still better experience than sitting at your house? And
for me, but I recognize that I'm probably a little bit different from other people because I have that nostalgia factor of being able to go walk into a store and pick up the cover art. Like that's something that like that I miss the act of that.
Right.
And so like, but also, Game Pass tends to not have like super new titles. They don't
Right.
have titles the day that they come out the way that Blockbuster used to. You know what I'm saying? And so like if Game Pass or some other subscription service had every single game available and it was not, like I said, just like developer specific or whatever. I mean, no, because like I said, I want to be able to go in. I want to go into a store.
Yeah, she wants to just have that feeling of going to the store, buying renting the game, that whole experience, which I think is sorely missed, especially these days. And if GameStop can find a way to bring that back in an efficient way, Like when I was growing up, I had a like a mom and pop video store, and they would actually rent out consoles. So you can actually rent PlayStation 2s and you can have them for a week. And so like because I couldn't afford, I had a GameCube, but I wanted a PlayStation 2 as well. So I would just go there and rent a PlayStation 2 for a week or two. Whatever game came out, I want to play it, and I will beat it and take it back. And I think if GameStop does stuff like that, that might be their way to stay afloat. Because I think nobody's out here trying to go physically buy, games like they used to, especially if you can buy them online. But if you can rent them, or if they can come up with some kind of like I guess infrastructure where they can like do like a streaming service where you can rent them or play them through you can download it on your console, and then I have a GameStop rental pass, and I can just go through the library and rent games and play them. You do that too.
I feel like the installation process changes a lot of stuff. Like,
That's real.
how long does it take to install a game nowadays? On average, maybe
A
4
while,
hours?
depending on the game. But look at GameFly. Like when you get a game from GameFly, you still got to install that shit too, right?
Yeah, I'm saying GameFly too, but they've sank too.
Yeah,
since,
exactly. So I think, I mean, if you really want the game, you're gonna sit for the installation process. I think that's a small price to pay for the fact that you're not paying full price for the game, and you can get to still play these new titles without having to drop $60 or $120 for a deluxe edition or whatever it is, and you can still. And they can find a way to package up bundles where it's say, okay, if you rent the game, you can get the early content, blah blah blah, this and that. If you pay an extra fee on top of that, that's not crazy, but you can still have it on there. I don't know. They'll have to figure out something, but
yeah, they will.
It would be a lot to figure out, but I think that's a good idea. What Tyler said is like going the rental route, because I think people will still do it.
So, do you think that would save GameStop? Like, of course, you as a customer, being our age, we prefer to have the physical game in our hands. But I used to like reading the instruction manuals too, but now those don't even exist.
Yeah, no, for real.
I was so mad when you
about
open a case and there was nothing in there but the game. I was like, yo, like, where's the instruction manuals and shit? Like, that used to be one of the best
Right,
parts.
because I would never play a game without reading the instruction manual first.
Exactly.
Like, that was one of my favorite parts of buying a game. It's like, sometimes I read the instruction manual on the way home. Like, not while I was driving, of course. This was, back when my parents I wasn't old enough to drive, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, like, that's one of the things that I, like, really, really miss. Because it's just not, they give you a little in-game tutorial, but that's not the same as you get to like read it and be like, oh, they tell you about the characters, or like this is how you heal, or like that other
like
shit. It just looks cool.
Right. It's like when you would buy a CD and you would look at the liner notes.
Yeah.
As you listen to the CD, now you stream an album, you don't have that. So it's the same thing with video games. It's like you just don't get that experience. So it used to be some.
Also, so y'all right about them not putting the books in there no more. But since they got the books in there, don't it mean that theoretically they can make the cases smaller? They just choose not to.
They still got the actual slots for the books, but they just stick in their little DLC or their little advertiser content there. But that's the same shit. That's the same shit that flew in my mouth.
Hey, bro, what's up with you? They can make much smaller cases if they want to.
Yeah, I kind of get it, like, save the trees and all that, but there's just something about that
trees.
experience.
They could get some recyclable paper or some shit. You can figure it out.
Tyler loves trees, guys. I was joking.
Tyler would have axed that bitch.
You want to breathe?
Man, so yeah, since we were talking about Uplay, I don't know how much we actually have to say about it.
I was trying to slide it in there
You
like
did.
real
You
smooth.
Yeah, it was smooth. See, she got
I
the
slid it back
transitions
out.
down. So like I didn't even realize until we started talking about, we talking about the other shit.
Speaking of transitions, how about that Uplay?
Is this your new
Speaking of bugs flying into Kevin's mouth, what's up with Ubisoft?
Is this your new character now?
Every week.
Is this your new gimmick?
This is a new gimmick right here.
Shit, don't give me the whole shit. Beezy ain't gonna never leave again, bro. Stay your ass in Atlanta. Show new house. Anyway,
Speaking of Jamaica,
so yeah, this shit costs $15 a month. It's got all the Assassin's Creed games,
Of course.
which is a lot of Assassin's Creed games.
Now, I played most of them.
I didn't realize how many there were, so I was reading that list. I was
know, I was
like,
like,
God
God
damn.
Sick of that shit.
I
played
only
two.
missed like 2.
That's too many for me. I'm like, damn.
That was my shit.
I stopped at 2, and I was like, I'm
What?
done.
2 was when it really popped off. 1 was,
Yeah.
and after 2 was like, all right, this game is actually pretty good. 3
After 2? Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
I was saying 2. After 2, they had whatever it was, and it was Brotherhood, and then they made 3. No. 3's, and I was like, all right, bro, this ain't what I want. Then they made 4.
Was that Black Flag?
Yeah,
Black
Black
Flag
Flag
is
was
4.
that one was popping. And then they made after Black Flag, and they made Rogue, which was one where you was a Templar, and that was on like 360. That was odd. They went back in time for that one. Then after Rogue, and Black Flag, then I forget which one it was after that in my head. I apologize for the inconvenience.
game.
Tokyo Drift, no, I'm just playing. But no, for real, the first Assassin's Creed was a dope concept, but it got super redundant because you just go to a new city and then you pick somebody's pocket to get info, then you go kill somebody and it's like rinse repeat. So like it was a dope concept, but it just wasn't executed well. Assassin's Creed 2 is when they really
Pun
started.
intended.
What did I say?
Executed
Continue.
well.
Just go
Oh,
Executed well.
See, I'm so smooth with the shit. I don't even recognize when I do it. But no, for real. So like Assassin's Creed 2 is when they really actually started to kind of get the identity of the franchise, and I feel like they've been improving it. Not necessarily with each one, but over time they've kind of tweaked some things or added it. So yeah, I would say that at the very least, don't decide that you don't fuck with the series based off of just 1 and 2 because it's come so much further than that.
So it wasn't it was the redundancy that really threw me off because I like keeping up with games. I like the fact that I'm able to play all the Devil May Cry games and it doesn't take too long. But when you NBA 2K this shit, I'm just like, all right, I'm not gonna fuck with you because I used to fuck with Need for Speed a whole lot, and then I'm just another one. Oh, okay, then cool. I'm not fucking with this no more either because I'm the guy who buys used games. I wait for the price to go down, and by the time you wait for the price to go down, the new one's out, and they expect me to spend $60 on this, which is obviously the superior version. So I'm cool on all that shit.
Are you saying that like Assassin's Creed is the DJ Khaled of video games?
Exactly.
So they're the best.
They think they're the best. Nah. But no, they have again improved once they started taking their time with Origins and Odyssey, and I've always said that. But I'm still fatigued by it. It was more like Lil Wayne when Lil Wayne just kept dropping shit and it wasn't special anymore. You remember when Lil Wayne releases were special?
I do.
And then they became less so?
Yeah.
I do.
Like, I can't keep up with all these dedications. Like I got a
Nigga,
life.
you know how many droughts it was?
I'm still trying to listen to the Drought 17. You over here dropping 21.
And nigga, don't you ever go home?
Yeah, man. I'm tired.
When you gonna get a ceiling?
No ceilings.
So to go on about what else is on this Uplay thing, it's got all the Far Cries. It's got all the Might and Magics. I've never heard of these games, but Might and Magic games are also there.
Wait, Magic Mike games? What?
No, Might and Magic.
You know damn well.
Wait, Magic Mike. Wait, what?
You know
When
damn
this happened?
well. You say Magic Mike.
Can I play as Channing Tatum?
Yo, I was like, what?
Like, nigga, what you do in the game?
Right.
So all the Prince of Persia games. So if y'all want to go back to those,
Unless they got like the old school Prince of Persia from the 90s, like
with the 2D one, with all
the one that was on a computer.
all the unnecessary animation, that motherfucker was going through it.
Sands of Time wasn't that bad. Maybe y'all didn't like Sands of Time.
I think Sands of Time is kind of a classic.
I think it's cool. I'm not gonna say it's great. I think it was cool.
It was all right.
Looking back,
I don't remember
at
much of it
was
because
just fun.
but
Cause like that whole mechanic of once you fail, like shit, let me run that back, and you rewind it, and if you don't rewind at the right time, you just keep looping your fail over and over again. Like, all right, hit restart all together.
Yeah. So all the Tom Clancy games. So that includes Ghost Recon's Rainbow Sixes and Kevin's favorite Splinter Cells.
All
Hey.
of them,
All
all
of
the
them.
Splinter
Tom.
Cells.
Sam Fisher, where you at? Come back.
I think that there's like a decent subset of people who would get their money's worth just off of all of those, like the people that are like super into Tom Clancy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
If you
it-
like
it's
Tom
a lot.
Clancy and Assassin's Creed, you definitely get your money's worth. 'Cause that's all Ubisoft really.
You made it like
God.
it was a death row thing. If you like Tom Clancy,
You like Tom Clancy and Assassin's Creed, come over to Ubisoft.
You don't like Todd Howard dancing all in your video. Nah, but yeah, and they got the Division games as well, also Tom Clancy games. So there's a lot of stuff, but it's $15 a month. If I had that, I would try to play all the shit as
You
quick
just
as
saying that so
possible.
Game Pass don't drop them.
Hey man, you already know,
Game-
man.
Microsoft
You already
Watch
Like
know.
it
Game
right
Pass,
now.
I ain't cheating
They
on
like,
you,
you get
baby.
it for how much?
You like how much?
$1. Oh no, raise that. So yeah, great for all you Ubisoft fans. I mean, from what I see, Ubisoft doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to fans anyway, but most of the time the games are solid, more often than not. Speaking of solid, the Nintendo Switch Lite is one thing now. No separate Joy-Cons.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Wait, what was that transition?
See me? You see that? That's what you call a reach.
yeah.
This nigga's reaching.
The goal of his transition was to comment on how the new Switch Lite doesn't come apart. It's one solid piece.
Solid.
Yeah,
But
It's all together.
it just didn't
didn't work out.
No.
That's good as
You
y'all
just
getting
go
right
home.
Swing and a miss.
Practice. Come back next week.
there. Speaking of being able to go home and practice and come back next week, you can do that all with your Nintendo Switch Lite. All right, cool. All right, boom. Goddamn.
You're fired, bro. You are
Beezy, come home. Fuck Jamaica. Come home now. This thing is wild.
It's at this point, bro. It's like you're doing this shit on purpose.
I am doing it. You couldn't tell. Anyway. So, if you get a Nintendo Switch Lite while you currently own a Nintendo Switch, like Willie and myself, you can still have the same Nintendo account. In my opinion, that's like, duh, motherfucker. I better be able to have the same
I
account.
better not be starting over.
You need a Type A to Type C adapter. So we currently use Type C on our
C,
Switches.
yeah.
So you need that. It's not a dockable thing, which totally takes it off the buy list for me. Instantly,
Yeah.
Which I wasn't really planning on buying one.
They
but-
really, yeah. I mean, I get it, but then I'm like, you should still make it dockable because why not? At least let it. At least make it dockable. And if I say like somebody else has a regular Switch, make that dockable. But they just said completely hell no, handheld.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Part of me is against it, obviously, but at the same time, I'm like, it's $100 cheaper. So if you want to buy, if that's what you want your experience to be, I think the weirdest thing about this is that they're still saying that they're going to support the Nintendo.
That's what I'm saying.
3DS.
If you got the 3DS still going, why do you need this handheld Switch? I get it, but it's like it seems like you might as well just go all in and say, okay, we're gonna focus our handheld market on the new Switch Lite.
You know what I just thought about, bro? The name Switch implies that it's versatile and it can
Exactly.
switch.
Right.
This Switch no longer switches.
It don't
So you're
switch.
saying it's basically a Game Boy Advance.
It's a big ass Game Boy.
That's what it
You
look
know
like.
what? It does look like it too. It's
Pretty
a
much,
big ass Game Boy Advance.
I like that it has the D-pad. That's what I'm like.
That is
okay.
an
Yeah, the
That's
D-pad's
dope.
cool. I'd have to see one in person to really get a good idea of like how I feel about it, but I'm not gonna buy it. There's no reason to buy it.
Yeah, they're not for us, I don't think.
I think it's just honestly, I think it's for the parents who have multiple kids who all want Switches or who want to Switch, and they're like, okay, well they're $100 cheaper, so for Christmas I'll buy everybody
Yeah.
a Switch.
Yeah.
And they all can play together, and then they can have their own. They don't have to share it. They don't have to do the Joy Cons. And I don't have to spend $70 on all these controllers and stuff like that. So, I get that. It's mostly centered to the kids.
Like, what could they have added that would have made either of you buy it?
Goddamn Ethernet. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait. Nintendo. I'm gonna wait for the Switch Pro. You got me. I know you do. I'm gonna wait till next year. You gonna give me my Ethernet?
I don't think anything really. But it was just again, I wasn't planning on buying another Switch anyway, but the fact that it made it undockable, automatic, I was like, all right, cool. It's not for me, and I'm good. Does this make you more interested for $200?
No.
No. Because is it because it's Nintendo?
I mean, I don't have beef with Nintendo. I mean, I just haven't owned a Nintendo since the Nintendo 64. So, like, this,
Sound like
when
beef
I
to
was
me.
reading this article, like, that shit might as well have been in Mandarin because I don't know what the fuck they're talking about in terms of, oh, we added this. Oh, you can do this. I'm like, okay. Like I said, I don't have beef with Nintendo or no shit like that. Not the way I do with Sony. But, like,
Wow.
but yeah, no, I just, like, I don't know. I just haven't really been on Nintendo like that in a minute. Now, I thought about getting a Switch when, because I wanted to play Tetris 99. So, like, there was a moment when I considered getting a Switch, like, specifically for that. But at this point, you know, I mean, if somebody handed me one for free or if I, like, found one.
Oh my
Wow.
Wow.
Stole one from somebody.
If I
The
stole
disrespect to
one.
the OG. If I found one,
Jesus Christ.
If
Someone
I, like,
handed me a-
stole one like Eric did with that Game Boy back in the day, then, you know, I would play Tetris 99 on it. But other than that, no, I don't really have any interest in buying one. And that's no shade. It's just not for me.
Question.
Question?
You love Tetris that much? You was gonna buy a whole Switch just to play Tetris, or is it like?
I thought about it. I mean, the shit looked super fun to me, and I really like.
It is a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that I love Tetris. Like, I'm not like a Tetris super fan necessarily, or at all, really.
You ain't gotta
But
feel bad. Everybody like a little Tetris in their life every now and again. But I was just like a whole
a
console
little
for
Tetris, but not. I mean, and that's why I don't have one. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it wasn't important. Like, I thought about it because I was like, oh, this looks dope. I kind of wish that I had a Switch so that I could play this. But yeah, ultimately, it wasn't important enough to me to actually, you know, buy one because I just wasn't really interested in one other than that. 'Cause I like old school Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still prefer Mario Kart
Well,
64
on the Switch,
more
if you get the
than.
Nintendo NES download,
What?
you
Y'all
can
niggas stop
get all
selling shit.
you get all the old classic games on your Switch on the go,
Yeah, you can play all the old games and you
like
all
Super
the
Mario
old Tetris's
Brothers,
too.
Kirby.
Oh my
Super
God.
You
Punch
like
I
going
feel
to
like I'm in
GameStop in
alternate
2019.
universe.
I assume that you like being so old shit.
They're also gonna add they add new titles every week.
I really
all
feel
the
like I'm in
time.
the South Park episode where like I'm surrounded by human ads.
NES classic only on the Switch.
Oh man.
This week on Switch.
So the Nintendo Switch Lite battery has been improved, but it's still an expected 3 to 7 hour battery life, which is a huge ass range depending on whatever game you're playing.
The fuck does that even mean? Do you know like that? Like you right about a big ass range.
Yeah, it's a big ass
Yeah.
range.
between
bro.
3 and 7.
shit.
I guess between the NES games and fucking Breath of the
Playing
Wild.
Mario or Breath of the Wild, nigga. It just depends on your life.
The fuck you mean? I need real numbers.
The internal storage capabilities are the same. It will support Nintendo Labo, which is the cardboard thing, but you have to buy separate Joy-Cons, which were $59.99,
you
I
have to
think.
buy them.
But that was on the Amazon Prime Day deal.
Yeah,
so
They're
I
like
don't know how
$80
much
bucks.
They,
They're like $80
They retail for like
yeah.
80.
That is stupid.
Anton, let us know. But you have to sync that shit after you actually buy them extra. So
You're better off just buying a Pro controller.
You know
Yeah,
how stupid you gonna look having controllers on your Switch Lite? Did you hold them two controllers in your hand also?
And the Switch Lite doesn't have the kickstand either. So
Yeah.
you gotta,
Wait. It don't have. Oh yeah,
Nah, it
because it's
don't.
handheld. That's right.
It don't have no kicks.
No
Yeah.
kickstand.
So,
So what's the point of getting the Joy-Cons?
play the Labo?
To use the Labo. That's really it.
Nintendo. Come
the
on
operating
now.
system will still be the same. Hulu and YouTube and all that other
You
stuff
got, you
will
still
still
got this,
work.
back to this kickstand. I mean, you gotta hold it to watch whatever fuck you watch.
You're right. Hey man.
Gotta be innovative. You know, you just gotta like MacGyver or some shit. You know, get you a
You
straw
really bought a
and a
regular Switch.
banana.
You don't gotta be
Straw and a
MacGyver. If you spend a little bit more money to get a regular Switch, you don't
Just
have to
get
be
you a
MacGyver.
regular Switch.
Piece of string.
Don't worry about this whole Switch Lite. Wait for that Switch Pro to drop with the Ethernet port.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've said it before, but I do think the Switch in general is like the best console, like maybe period, as far as
You mean like ever?
Of all
Or
time.
ever
Not
for
ever.
Nintendo?
I haven't thought that
In your
deeply.
life?
You're making a whole lot of
Yeah,
really
look,
like boisterous claims
look.
today. Like
I
Sonic
think-
Mania is the best Sonic.
It is.
What?
It
It's
is.
not. It's not.
It is.
Cut that out.
I'm sorry.
Knock it off.
guys.
You said knock it off.
But
Get a load of this guy.
as far as the value you get out of your Switch and the, I do think the online sucks, and that's a big, huge component. But the exclusives that are gonna be on it, and how versatile of a console, like hardware wise.
I
There
give
are
you that.
no games on the Switch that I really want to play other than Tetris 99. Like all the, like the shit that I like to play. Like I mean, I'm not quite Beezy level with it, but I want to shoot motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Doom is on the Switch.
but what else is though? Like,
Skyrim apparently.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff.
Because
there's
they
no,
put it
put all
on
the
everything.
there's
Resident
no
Evils on there?
Fallout
Oh, you ain't
still,
into
but
that.
yeah, the Resident Evil are there.
They put a whole bunch of new shit on Switch.
It's a lot of stuff. It's stuff on there, like just as far as what it can do. Not the Switch Lite, but the fact that it is portable and a home console in one, I think is super dope about the Switch.
That's the coolest part about it.
Yeah, that's the best
Yeah,
part about
that
it.
really is.
That's their selling point of
Yeah,
it.
it
And
is
now
their
that they
selling
eliminated half of that selling point, it's like, okay, you just gave us another half.
Well, they didn't really eliminate it. It's just like,
Well, you
I
can't
guess,
dock
like,
the shit.
fuck
It's
you
not. It's
gonna
not a
do
home
with it now?
console no
I'm
more.
It's
saying
gone.
what I'm saying is the original Switch is still available.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna push this Switch Lite like crazy for the rest of the
Yeah.
year. They're gonna push this shit like it's the brand new set.
Good stocking stuff.
Nah, I don't
For
need
what?
it.
For like
For
a
children.
Yeah, exactly. For not for us, so it don't matter to us.
Think of the kids.
Exactly. I don't need no big ass
fuck
yellow
you
Game
kids.
Boy.
Machete.
oh
my
god.
God. So yeah, that's the Switch Lite. There is an NBA 2K story here that do. All right. So,
I'm
I mean,
so the top players,
collectively, we all don't care,
I'll
but
just
we
name
gonna do
the
it
top
anyway.
players in the game. We got LeBron James with a rating of 97. Kawhi Leonard, what it do, baby, with a 97. We
Awesome.
got Giannis.
Giannis,
Giannis,
Antetokounmpo.
Huh?
Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
You done said all the
We
way
got
up.
it.
Granted.
Giannis.
Giannis. That's what it looked like to me.
Beezy, you lucky Beezy ain't here. He would have had a heart
James
attack.
Harden with a 96. We got Kevin Durant with a 96.
Yeah, all these niggas are
Does that
superpowers.
Does that sound correct to you? Does that sound accurate to my basketball people out there?
Yeah, some of those are okay.
Some are accurate. Some sound a little.
It's like when you go to the actual breakdown, it goes position by position and like the higher scores per position.
Yeah, I'm not doing all
Some
that.
some people's ratings are too low, and some of them is oddly high. It's just like I don't know. I just because like somebody was telling me about how Steph Curry's shooting off of a screen rating is 99, which means all I gotta do is set a pick and he'll pretty much make every shot he puts up after that. That's gonna get annoying quick as hell. Quick as hell.
But
So
it's
just
Steph
like,
Curry. It's got to be accurate. Nigga be half court.
he-
Still.
I've seen a nigga miss a lot of shots.
He missed shots. No, he
I
do.
think nigga miss
But
a
you know
lot
how
of
they gonna do in
shots.
2K.
He's gonna miss a lot of shots, and it's just like shit like that's gonna get real annoying real quick. But I see how it plays out.
Paul George is 93. I'm seeing the chat.
PG being 93. Okay,
Is that too low? That's what they're saying.
I think it's too low for Paul George. Yeah,
So what should he be?
Paul George still got it, bro.
LeBron
Like,
is 97. So where should PG
I
be?
thought
Put
Brown was
PG at
low.
least 95.
Yeah, PG is at least 95. I thought Brown was low at 97, honestly.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like I know he getting older, and-
150.
but it's like the nigga still never fell off. Like how you get old, you still doing work, and it's just like what's crazy is he's low-key getting better. His shot is still smooth. Remember he came in the league with no 3-point shot. Now his 3-point shot is solid. Like nigga can hit from anywhere. He can still go in the paint.
He's on the cover, right?
No,
At least he ain't on one of the covers.
With
not
PG?
for 2K. No,
Oh, I'm tripping there.
talking about Paul George or LeBron. My bad.
Paul George.
Yeah,
No.
he is.
Oh, okay. All right, whatever. Fuck basketball. Next. I'm playing.
He is not, y'all. He's
playing.
not. That was-
It's not really fuck. It's
That,
just
that was the worst 3 minutes of his life. Shit
my
was
opinion
quick.
on basketball is basically yours on Xbox. It's just like,
Nigga.
all right, I'm happy for y'all, I guess. You know, like have your fun, enjoy yourself. I'm good, love, enjoy. We gonna get into the questions. Y'all went stupid with these questions.
Yeah,
man.
y'all questions was crazy.
Niggas is wild.
These niggas was just trolling.
I was talking about the chat.
No,
Oh, yeah, somebody was like, Paul George 90 at best. That was flip.
Chat. PG is a 90? A 90? Nigga, you drunk. Who this is? What
I'm
your
falling
name is?
asleep. Money Man Malik asks, "What are some games that are so good they never need a sequel?"
Last of Us.
Well, if it's a game that's
I
so
thought
good,
about
wouldn't you
The
want a
Last of
sequel?
Us.
No.
But what if a game is so good? Wait, most of the time when it's good, you want a sequel. But I'm trying to think.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how I feel and why I couldn't really come up with an answer
Yeah.
to this question other than, like, I mean, because we've kind of broached that subject before about whether or not there should be a Last of Us sequel because it's where it is and it's so many people's favorite game. And it's like, can they top this? Is it a good idea to try to top it? But outside of that being an idea that pops into my head, like, for the most part, yeah, if I love a game, I kind of want to see, I want a sequel of it. I want to see another iteration of it. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I can't really come up with an answer to that. And most of the games that are some of my favorite games are all parts of franchises.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my favorites.
It's kind of hard with, especially in the gaming world, when you make a game that's so good to not want to make another one because you want to capitalize off that popularity and people are gonna want to buy your game. So, like, there's no game that I said, oh, I walked away from it. And I really had a good time saying, okay, I'm good though. I'm
Right.
full. I'm full. I'm like, no, nigga, I need more. So yeah, it's definitely. I can't think of one either. Like, there's no game I can say that was just one that I was like, okay, it was good, but I'm good. Can't.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Y'all in the same boat with me then. I was like, maybe they got something because I ain't got shit.
Nope.
So sorry, Money Man. All the games need all the sequels, but not like Assassin's Creed. Slow down. Take your time. That ass too fast. Lucky God Hand.
Check, please.
I've not been drinking. All right. Lucky God Hand asked, "Are there any games you really enjoyed but got terrible reviews? For me, it was Deadly Premonition and God Hand. P.S. Tyler, can you please pick something other than Fallout 76?"
Y'all are some jerks, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
You can't say Fallout no more.
So for me,
I don't understand why I got persecuted that way.
Be honest, what you gonna say Fallout 76?
It don't matter.
we
I
talking about
plead the fifth. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh man, let me try to think. A game that was trash, but I liked.
Maybe not even
got
that
bad
was-
reviews.
It wasn't. It got bad reviews, but I liked. I'm trying to think.
I would say I'm not positive that this got bad reviews, but I know just in terms of like critics in the in the world, but just in terms of people that I know or just kind of having hearing what people were saying on the internet, I know a lot of people didn't really fuck with Destiny 2, but I liked Destiny 2, so that's one thing that pops into my head after I was told that I couldn't say Fallout 76.
So for me, I came up with 2 in particular. I think one came in my head and then it left. The first one is Enchanted Arms, which was this RPG for 360, and I didn't think it was bad. I don't even know how I got it. Oh, because the 360 doesn't have like a whole lot of JRPGs, and then I just saw it on the shelf at GameStop, and I'm like, okay, this looks like some kind of weeb shit, and I picked it up, and I enjoyed my experience. I look online, and it's got ratings of like 60s and shit, and people hate it. It's actually got maybe the first super openly gay character in it. Like, this character is so effeminate, and I'm like, yo, this is like revolutionary, bro. And I was still in South Carolina, so I'm like, what the fuck is this? But no, I wouldn't really like that. But it was odd. It was jarring. I'm like, yo, this is different. The other game is really a series of games, which I get why people don't like it, because it's brainless as fuck, and that's the Dynasty Warriors games. The enemies don't really do shit, and it's just like, I'm gonna beat up 300 people today, and that's on a light day right there. Shout out to the DS or the Switch. Can we transition back to that topic?
So yeah, Dynasty Warriors isn't really. I don't really fuck with Dynasty Warriors, and it's just like I guess they have to have a market, because them niggas keep making them games.
They do.
Keep cranking them shits out there, and then they doing crossovers too. So it's just like, I don't get it. I wish I could get it, but I don't. It's like, it's just playing it isn't as much fun. Cause like, if I watched it in a movie, this shit is crazy. Like, I love martial arts movies and shit. I can watch a lot. It's like, that's the coolest part, is watching one dude beat up 50,000 people, and I don't get tired of that. But playing it, oh, I'm done after like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and they don't block or nothing. They just stand there. They just be like waiting to die.
What's up next?
You got anything, Willie?
I'm trying to think. Like, I think
Nuts and bolts.
Nah,
He loves that
shit's
game, yo.
trash. Never. No, you know what? Now I think about it, because growing up, I would play the Tony Hawk games a lot, and later on, they started to like. People said they started to like kind of die down as far as how good they were, but I never found myself not liking any Tony Hawk games. But like Underground, I kind of like that one, but some people said they didn't like that. So I've heard people say they didn't like Underground, which is weird. I don't know. I've heard people say like, "Yo, I don't like Underground." I think it's because it changed the way it was.
Oh, bro. Underground 2 was not that great.
Underground 2, I didn't mind either. Like, it wasn't as good as the first one.
Because Underground 2 was when they got wild. That was one with Bam Margera.
Yeah, when they threw Bam Margera in there and it was all that crazy shit.
But, yeah, Underground 1 is the shit.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's the only ones that I really enjoyed playing, that some people were like, nah, like, or I've seen people not review it too well. So
Actually, I want to take a bash your answer that you just gave in the chat, Saints Row 4, because I love Saints Row 4, but I forgot that it got bad reviews, which is why I didn't think of that to say. So yeah, I'm gonna borrow that, because I mean, granted, Saints Row 4 was not. It was kind of a departure from some of the things that made Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 3 great, and it was super over the top, so I understand why there were people that didn't like it. But I had fun with that shit. Like, you were basically kind of like in the Saints Row world, but in the Matrix, and like jumping and scaling. But I don't know, I had fun. I didn't have the same level of appreciation for it that I had for like Saints Row 2, for example, because it was kind of a little too far, but I had fun like running around and like not taking cars, because you could sprint so fast and like jumping over. But it was fun. It wasn't, Shakespeare or Tolstoy or some shit like that in terms of the story, but it was fun to play.
Is that the one that was basically silly Crackdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of, yeah.
It's like a Mass Effect kind of spoof thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. All right. So, one more question. I gotta find it. It is from.
Did y'all do the one gotta go? Did I miss it?
No. We'll get to it. I forgot, but yeah, we'll get to it. No Grind GP asks, have you thought about getting off the grid for a bit, or is technology too big a part of your life?
I think about it all the time. I just can't do it. It sounds great. Like there are times when I would really just love to move to a cabin in the middle, or like a cabin or a farm or some shit in the middle of nowhere and not talk to none of these motherfuckers or look at social media. But, for my work, I just can't really do that.
same. Like, I'm super involved in technology with my regular job, doing YouTube, doing music, doing all kinds of stuff. Like, I can't not be around that shit. So even though like there are times where I feel like, yeah, like you going to like a fucking farm or a cabin or somewhere like in the middle of nowhere, just kind of like get away from all that shit. But you can't. The way the world is it makes it feel like technology is needed.
So let's say you don't have any responsibilities, no job, no mixtape, no anything. Would you be able to separate yourself for, let's say, a week?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
absolutely. For longer than that.
Yeah, probably.
Now, are we just saying like social media? Does that
like
include
completely
TV,
off the grid?
internet?
Because I don't watch TV in general. Only
Right.
thing I watch is like Netflix here and there. So I'm not that into TV like I used to be when I was growing up. Like it would just be like social media I get off of, and then that's it. So yeah, other than that, it's like I can like as long as I have something to keep me busy while I'm out there, whatever I'm doing.
So you can go out with a stack of books and be all right.
Yeah, if they're good books, like books, or just if I could just be somewhere where I can just enjoy my environment or like whatever it is. Yeah.
All right. For me, I can separate from social media pretty easily. I haven't in a long ass time, not deliberately anyway. I don't know, man. I cling to YouTube content a whole lot and just I don't know if Spotify counts. Like, can I listen to Spotify?
No,
while
that's
I'm off the
technology.
grid?
That's technology.
He can't listen to music either.
No, you gotta
You
have
can-
like vinyl. You gotta have like a turntable.
Yeah, you can bring some like vinyl, but you gotta
Well,
be off the
I guess
grid.
like, how far back does technology go in finger
That's
quotes?
not-
Because technically that was technology. It's still technology. Like
Off
it was
the
new
grid.
when it came
Off the
out.
grid means
I
you
feel like
can't
that
be
kind.
straight.
I think vinyl is
Vinyl,
fine.
like,
Okay.
you gotta break out the phonograph.
But what if I
Crank that
downloaded
bitch up.
what if I downloaded my Spotify playlist on my phone and put it in airplane
You
mode?
can't have your that's technology, fam. You can't have your phone. Get rid of all that shit. No phone, no social media, no Spotify. You can bring some music. Bring a Walkman. Get some CDs and shit. You can bring that.
She gonna
Some
be
double
skipping.
A's.
You gotta sit in one spot.
You can't walk with that bitch.
Walkman.
Right. So that's what you got to do. Bring it back to 95 and below. 1995 and below.
Switch Lite in my sock, bro. Yo, niggas ain't gonna know nothing.
Can't fit no damn switch light in your sock. Fuck.
For some big socks, some goddamn tube
Ankles
socks.
you got.
I know, right?
What size ankles you
Damn
got, bro?
Sasquatch ankles and shit.
Oh,
Shit,
man.
oh, it's just gonna stick out the side.
Hey, we gonna make it happen, bro. All right, so let's do the one gotta go. Kev said I put this shit together. Y'all gonna do this shit. Nah, I actually forgot though. No slight to you. So our one gotta go is villains. Ganon from The Legend of Zelda. Eggman.
Don't you say that.
Nah.
You say that shit. You better say it right. You know he wrote it down
That's the
as.
third strike.
It's
Like,
Sonic Mania. It's Eggman. No, I'm joking. It's
And see, and that's exactly
joking.
why
I
Sonic
don't know.
Mania
That's
is
the
not
all-time.
the best of all time.
just
Fucking
with
a-
y'all.
Thank you. No, you just proved your own point.
With y'all. No,
Thank you.
There's no dialogue.
You're
in that
done
game.
now.
I'm gonna throw eggs at you,
Eggman's
man.
not hot.
All right. So we got Ganon from The Legend of Zelda, Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic series. We have Bowser from the Mario series and M. Bison from Street Fighter. Which one gotta go?
Bison.
Bison. I had to look. I didn't even know who the fuck that was. I had to look him up.
Right. If you take the M, you probably would have got it.
Yeah, I almost put Shang Tsung or like Shao Kahn instead, but I was just like,
You thought it was
It
like
was
a
like-
wilderness animal. Like what they do?
yeah, but it's like
Bison.
then it was just like that would just been another Mortal Kombat thing. It was just like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I feel you. I was like, the bison, like you shoot an Oregon Trail?
I should have put the M.
But we knew what you meant.
I'm leaning toward Robotnik or Bowser because they're incompetent as fuck. Maybe I'm leaning more so toward Robotnik.
Look, Robotnik's not incompetent. He just don't get the point that he can't win.
You know the thing about Robotnik, bro?
He's a genius,
He's the one. All right, now,
but
like,
he's just stubborn. That's what
like,
it is.
like I didn't even think about it, but Pete, Ganon, goddamn Bowser, Bison. You don't even see them. You just hear about them to the end of the game. Robotnik running up every stage, running up, getting fucked up. Robotnik's kind of he whack.
Nah.
I'ma give it to Robotnik for being
literally
whack.
like
No.
stole all the fucking forest woodland creatures and turned them
Right,
into
into-
diabolical chits to fuck with Sonic.
He
Like,
just had a lot of fucking toys, and he like, I want to use all this shit on this hedgehog. Like he broke
Right.
one, I'm gonna go get my other shit. Like all he did was went back to the trunk every level. That's all he did. He just
He's
popped
Wile
the
E.
trunk. He
Coyote,
popped the
man.
trunk on that nigga on every level.
He's Wile E. Coyote, man. I don't know.
Shit.
I appreciate the confidence and shit, but I don't know, bro.
Nah, man, like, I
I
get
have
it,
to
but it's
stand.
like, nah, you gotta appreciate Robotnik's ingenuity and the fact that he had that many
so many
machines.
options,
He had so
right.
many options. Like Bison showed up, like, okay, you knew he was there, but he wasn't that difficult to take out. Like after a while, you gotta figure out. He had Psycho Crusher. He
Hold
had that
up
flip
now.
kick.
Hold on. You're not going to try
Nigga,
Bison
I was
like
working
that.
Bison.
round
That's
two
what I'm
Bison?
saying.
Try
Nigga, nah.
Round two
I
Bison?
give you round two. Round two, he turns it up a
Round one,
little
he
bit.
be like, yeah, all right.
I see what you got. Okay, nah.
Hit you with that screwdriver.
This nigga Bowser kidnapping the
Crush
same
driller.
chick
I was
every
thinking about
single
that.
Look,
game.
See, the thing with Bowser is, him and Peach got something going on.
Popping up to Peach like, what it do, baby?
You don't get kidnapped that many damn times. You don't get kidnapped that many
Right.
damn times.
So you saying Peach was cheating?
That's
Hell
what
yeah. Peach ain't.
It was like contagious,
Nah,
but with like
Peach, Bowser had Bowser had the big ass house. He had all the money. He had all the shit. He had the fucking the 5-star like restaurant on deck, probably in the house and shit. What Mario have? They didn't even have a house. Name one time you seen this. He lived in a fucking cottage in the woods and shit. And he had to take a
lived at my
goddamn
house.
tunnel. He had to take a tunnel and shit to the like plumber and shit. Nigga,
So Peach ain't loyal is basically what you're saying.
never been. Never been. And I know that for a
First
fact.
time.
And look, at the end of, I would say the end of the Mario Odyssey. If y'all ain't played it, I ain't gonna spoil it. But look, at the end of Mario Odyssey, it just shows how loyal, how much she don't give a fuck about Mario. It just shows.
So does that make
That motherfucker risked his life for decades, still ain't got it. I know he ain't hit. I know it. I know he ain't never hit.
Mario came in like, what?
She
the
gave him
hell
a
is
cake
going
at best.
on
She gave that
between the
nigga a
sheets
cake.
in my home.
So does that make Bowser the best villain out of at least these four?
Yeah, cause he Mr. Steal Your Girl forever. He was the original nigga that did that shit. He stole his chick all the time. And Mario was a simp. Mario was a simp ass nigga.
Oh man.
Look,
I've never heard this version of the story. It's
look.
crazy.
You gotta break it down. You gotta look between the lines with this shit, fam.
I might have to.
Look.
Nah,
And then we got Bowser Jr. That's the homie. He you know, like, come on now. I roll with the whole Bowser family. Like, you know, they cool with me. Cause you know,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Bowser Jr. call Peach his mom or something like that? Or am I wrong?
why do you think? Shit. Where you come from? Where
gotta go back
Bowser Jr. just popped up out of nowhere. You ain't seen no other chick around Bowser but Peach. I'm just saying. You gotta put the dots together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We don't know a baby. She ain't ever claimed baby Mario.
Bowser Jr. called Peach mama, implying that Peach is his mom.
Right. You ain't never seen baby Mario next to Peach ever. I don't even think baby Mario is Mario's cat. I think he just adopted that little nigga.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
Nigga don't even look like him.
All right. So
Yo, what's some soap opera shit in Mario?
This is a pretty intense, like,
So Bison gotta go.
conspiracy theory.
It ain't no conspiracy theory. You just gotta play the games. You'll know. It just makes sense.
It's on like some P
It
plus
all makes
B
sense.
equals B junior shit.
Nigga, it makes all sense when you play all the Mario games. Every game, I just pieced it together more like, yo, Peach don't like Mario like that. Like, she just playing this nigga. Like, she be ghosting him all the time. She don't ever be at the house when he show up. Think about it. Every time you go to the house, where's Peach? Oh, she's on an adventure. Or, oh, she's not here. Toad be covering for her and shit. Toad know what's going on. Yo, that's some deep shit, yo.
all right. So
Yo, we need to have a conversation about this, like on like a YouTube video, like just on this shit. We can go 30 minutes for
I'm
this
down
shit.
with that.
I'm just saying.
I'm also down with it.
I'm saying, like, I got the facts.
So it sounds like M. Bison has been voted out, and
Yes.
That sucks.
Bowser is the reigning champ of stealing,
Yep.
air quotes, stealing Peach, because it apparently was mutual. That's it for us, man.
Ganon's
So,
the most relentless, though, out of all of them.
relentless house. So
Ganon don't give up.
He's
Ganon,
just tough, yeah.
Ganon
He's
come
tough.
back every game. Say, all right, you thought you killed me. Psych.
and according to that website,
Guess again.
According to that website, he's African American. You remember we was looking on that website? Like,
Oh yeah,
black
back in the
video
day
game
for black
characters?
hair.
What?
Yeah, they were talking about Ganon.
He is black though. Like, no, he just like charcoal, nigga. Oh, that's different. He just dark.
That shit's hilarious. But yeah, man, let's get the hell up out of here. Again, Wooly, give him details about the tournament one more time.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament going down July 27th live at Dead End Studios Atlanta. Spots are all filled, but if you are in Atlanta and you still want to play, show up. 6 p.m. sign up is the cutoff. You can play, get your work in, get the 1,000 hours in, and also make sure you stick around because it's DEG versus Cheesy Controller. The spotlight match is going down. It's official. Stay tuned for that shit. More details, and that's it.
Thank you, Willie. Next week, Beezy should be here, so you won't have to deal with my great transitions. And I believe the rest of the crew will be present as well.
We should.
So look forward to that. Hopefully we don't go through any shit that we went through tonight. But, if you listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, those places, you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. And good for you. But if you do want to experience stuff like that, check us out on Twitch. Check us out on YouTube. That'll be up. You don't have to wait for that. So, boom. That's it, baby. Thank you.
Peace, y'all. Nigga.